Okay, hey
Hey
guys, Jacob
guys,
here
this is
from Jacob.
Andy, and today and featuring Jacob
Yep.
from Jacob's
S-
Smoke Alarms, Reviews, and More. And today I'm going to be discussing my two SA76RCs. So, these are SA76RCs made by First Alert in the early 1980s.
mm,
Um, this is the second generation First Alert model that was battery powered. After this came the SA67 and the SA76RD, and before it came the SA76RS. So I have two versions here. This one is an early style version, and this one's later. Now I'll get into their differences in a minute, but first of all, let's take an overview of this unit. So I'll use this newer one. So as you can see, it looks similar to the SA76RS, except there's larger side vents here, and like, especially the later units, they had a domed test button, and on some of the later units, which is interesting, the cover actually had like a texture to it. So let's compare this to an earlier one. So this is from about 1980. This is an early one. Has a tiered test button and a smooth cover, but other than that, they seem about the same on the exterior. Um, so this is newer ones are actually about 1983. So I'll take the covers off of these, and we can look at what the insides are different. So on the early style one, you'll notice that it has this special kind of horn with three holes in it.
also known
So
as the early style horn with
yeah,
the.
and some people call this a banana horn because these holes are kind of banana shaped, I guess. So these were used on earlier First Alert models, starting in about 1979, and used up till 1982 or so. And it also features this sensor here, which was
Which is
also
like the.
used alongside this horn in most models.
It
So
looks.
that make
Yeah, it kind of looks like the. Looks like a really blown up version of the false alarm sensor, if you really think
yeah.
about it.
If I had one of those, I might
Surprised you
definitely
don't.
bring that. But it's basically a shrunken down version of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you look on the PCB, don't know if you can read that, but it says 79R in this corner, and that's because that's the BRK model that these are based off of. If you look up the BRK 79R, it had the same internal electronics, just a different casing, and it was labeled as BRK. Um, Now this one has red ink, and if you look at the LED, it's a translucent red LED. It's got the tiered button, and yeah, that's about it for that one. So put that one over here. So now the newer one, you'll notice right away the horn's different. Now this is the later style horn that was used on most later First Alert models.
Even the SA67D.
Yeah, and I think they still use this on models today,
Nope.
if I
They
remember right.
no, they discontinued that in like the late '90s. Or no,
No,
early
because I
'90s.
took, because like we had like SA303s or whatever at our house, and I took one apart and it had that same horn. And
Really?
they're just using the same design to this day.
Hmm.
Whatever.
They're, if that's the case, well then they're extremely rare nowadays. I have an SA303 of my own, and all three of them have the newer style casing on it.
I mean, like, the basic horn design is the same. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so it has the newer style horn and same sensor, although you'll notice that the test button is tiered, and, or dome, I mean, this one has the tier, the early one. And
Ah, okay.
if you look in the corner, it also says 79R, which is from the same model, I guess, in green ink. And
Oops.
if you look, the LED in this one is a clear one.
Wow, a clear one.
Don't know if you can see that in there, but so
Should we put batteries
yeah.
in it?
So put the covers back on, please. So I'll go get a battery. Give me a second. I'll have to take it out of my current smoke alarm because I don't have any spare ones at the moment.
I
So
have 17 working ones in my
I
shed.
could
Uh,
Um, so first I'm going to take a test of the early style one. So
yes.
these ones, when you first power them up, they will beep for a couple seconds, and they do a famous coding style, which is called Quick Pulse. It was used by BRK in the early 1980s for many of their units.
Only for pretty much their only pretty much for their 79R.
Well, I mean, yeah, and a couple of transitional units as well as, well, all the 79R style things. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to power it up because what these will do is they'll beep a lot when they're initially powered on, and they're really loud, and I don't want to, like, annoy everyone in the house, so I'll put this pillow over it to stop it from being so loud. So I don't know if you heard that.
Yep, we heard it.
Cover on.
Careful.
And so I'll try and muffle it a bit, but you can kind of hear the coding to it. It's like a
Yeah, it's like ridiculously fast. We couldn't hear it over
these
the.
early ones were a lot faster, and I'll demonstrate a slower coding with this newer one over here. Now I don't know if you can see, but in there.
Oh yeah, it lights up solid. Yeah, it just sounds continuous to us.
Yeah, it does sound almost continuous-y. So, for this older one, so you can see it's kind of what you'd expect. Now let's talk about this newer one, which is a bit more interesting in my opinion. It's gonna chirp a couple times probably. Oh, hey, Ian. So I'm going to do the same pillow procedure for this one because I don't want it to wake up the entire house.
I mean, what's the difference if you? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the battery connection is bad on this one. It's hard to connect it.
You know, if you kind of listen into movies, you kind of hear this specific alarm. I mean, like where ones do like a really slow coding.
Alright, yeah, this one, is notorious for not fitting well. Alright, give me a second. I'll have to, mute here and get this too.
Ian's in here with us.
I don't have a Fire XPB. Yeah. Alright, so I'm back. I was able to get this to work properly.
Finally.
So, this one, you might have heard it, but it sounds a little different.
Yeah, it has a much lower pitch to it.
Yeah, so I'll kind of cover it here to try and muffle it, but it's a lot slower, like a
For some reason, it still sounds like continuous to us.
This one has a dome button. This older one has a tiered button, and it pulses faster. Then another thing you'll probably notice is this one actually pulses the LED. If you look in there.
Oh no, we can't see.
I don't know if you saw that, but the LED pulses.
Nope, we can't see anything. I can't see anything.
That's kind of interesting, and the ones that actually pulse, I think, are pretty rare. I think it's only these newer ones, so that's pretty cool. But and I'll take the battery out now because I don't want this to repeatedly be beeping constantly. But
I don't.
so those were a pair of sa76RCs, as well as a couple bits of history and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. Go subscribe to Timmy73 and Hubby's Alarms Reviews and More, and Jacob Larson.
Jacob Larson's dead. It's Jacob.
That's,
It's Jacob Smoke Alarm Reviews and More.
Yep, Jacob Smoke Alarms Reviews and More, who is actually recording this. So,
Yep.
yeah, thanks for watching, and happy collecting.
Okay. Well. All right. Bye, guys.